Hi guys, my name is Kirsti and I'm a senior animal care professional in the show department.
My name is Vittoria and I'm a senior animal care professional as well.
And this is Ask a Keeper.
Good. Yeah, you go first.
What's the best thing someone could do for the environment? Ooh, that's a good one. I think the easiest thing, at least especially that we talk about in our shows, is recycling. I think that is a huge thing that a lot of people still don't do at their houses. That's so easy if you just look at all the stuff that you use on a daily basis. So recycling is definitely an easy one, a good one.
For me, I would have to say eating sustainably. I feel like that is a huge one. When you go to the grocery store, making sure to read all the ingredients, checking all those labels that, if there's palm oil in it, which is a huge one, that it is sourced sustainably, or bird-friendly coffees, another one. And that's just something that we kind of don't think about when we're in the grocery store, but if you can read those labels and make sure that the food's coming from a great place or even locally is good, that's a huge one that I feel like we could all improve on. All right. What does a typical day look like for you? Good question as well. But typical day, we do have a laundry list of things to do, but we come in, we have our morning meeting where we catch up with everybody, zoo-wide even, and just talk to each other and talk about the plans that we have for the day. We go to our commissary where we grab all of our diets for the day, and we just kind of start from there. At least in the reptile department, we then will go and check on pythons, do any husbandry that's needed for that exhibit, and then we make our way to the venom den. The venom den is a behind the scenes area that we house pretty much all of our reptiles, and we go and check on them, make sure everybody's doing okay, and then we start feeding for the tortoises and exhibit animals. We come back to the venom den, do any type of work that needs to be done in there. Also managing to make sure that we make time for our shows that we have. So we have a reptile encounter, we have an alligator bay feeding presentation, and a python talk. So kind of just doing things in between there. And then that takes up majority of the morning actually. And then in the afternoon, we kind of do the reverse of all that, where we still check on everybody, but we'll collect any uneaten food, do one last check of everybody, make sure that they're doing okay, any sort of special projects that we've planned. And then that's pretty much it. And then we do records every day to let the other keepers know that maybe weren't there, what happened throughout the day.
It's very similar for all departments, depending on where you're from. Things can look a little bit different. And so our day looks very similar, like a show department person's day looks just like that. We do have currently one large show and 3 species spotlights. So we do have a lot of programs, kind of like reptiles, that we have to kind of work around. And then a huge part of, especially in our department, is the training. Because we do bring all of our animals out into the Safari Canyon. So we have to make sure that, all the animals are comfortable and kind of, their typical, basically when they come out, the behaviors they do regularly are, maintained and kept up with. And then, also if an animal has an exam, like how you take your dog or cat to a vet, once a year, same thing. So some of our animals might have an exam that day, and we have to just make sure that we work our schedule around, shows, training, exams, drills, and then, we just figure it out.
Fun times.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
What is the most rewarding part of the job? I feel like mine's gonna be very different than yours.
Uh-oh.
I feel like mine, I love, and this is now why I realize I'm a show keeper and I like interacting with the public, is when guests come up and tell me after the end of a program, I didn't know that. Or that's really cool. Or one of my favorite ones is when we talk about not throwing your trash or food out the window, because it draws animals close to the roadways. And I have so many people that'll be like, I do that all the time and now I'm never gonna do it again. So I feel like when I can tell that people have heard and I made an impact, it just makes, I don't know, everything just kind of full circle. it makes it all worth it.
Not only within the zoo of like all the work that you're doing and providing the best care possible for the animals, but also thinking of what's going on worldwide, because the zoo supports so many conservation projects all throughout the world. And so by realizing that your work here is helping animals out in the wild, and I actually think about that pretty often, because that's our goal, is conservation and really helping those animals out in the wild. So I think about that, and I think that's super rewarding.
I thought you were gonna say people too.
The people too, yeah. I mean, especially with reptiles, when you're looking at snakes,
Yeah.
you know, not everyone's the biggest fan, but maybe once they hear a little bit about them and how they have, or the alligators, that they
Yeah.
have personalities and we train them and they know their names, a lot of times it's like, wow, I never thought reptiles were that intelligent. So yeah, it is that connection too with reptiles,
Yeah.
but a little bit of everything.
Yeah. It's
All
a cool
right.
job.
What inspired us to become zookeepers? So for me, I mean, I've always grown up loving animals and always wanting to be around them. But again, circling back is the conservation work and realizing that sometimes it's not always practical to be on the front lines in all these different places, really helping out these animals and their environment. So I wanted something to still continue to do that work, but in a more realistic way for my lifestyle. And so the zoo field is a really great place to, you know, help out and also be one-on-one with those animals and gaining that connection, which I really love.
Yeah, honestly, it's a lot of the same answer. For me, it was growing up, my parents and like our family were always the ones that like, you know, saved a bird with a broken wing or like helped a turtle across the road and stuff like that. So I feel like it was ingrained in me. Thanks, Mom and Dad, from a young age. And I just realized I just loved animals. I wanted to help them out, and I like knew I didn't want to be a vet, like, but I was like, what else can I do? And I just discovered like animal training, and I initially started my career wanting to be a dolphin trainer, and that's very different than being a zookeeper, but they both have their like, basically the things that the end goals are all still the same. Like, you know, you either, you know, want to just like help the planet as a whole, and I just decided I wanted to work with land mammals instead of marine mammals. They're both great, but I just decided it was time for a change. So I think it was also like being able to be like, this animal is like in your backyard. Like, you know, like skunks, armadillos, lots of animals like bears, the Florida panther. Like, it's like these animals are like right here. So like things that you can do like directly, like make it a, you know, more successful interaction. So, all right, is that it? I think we're done.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks guys for your questions. This was fun.
Yeah. See ya. Bye.